Hello guys, it's Ivan here checking in as always. Hope you guys know what to start with. Now today's topic is basically taking breaks, and why is this important. Now this may be more directed to people to the kids who are still studying in high school or who are college and you need better ways to memorize faster or to understand what you're studying better. Now the best way to obviously to memorize something fast, and this is the best way the memory masters do it, how they memorize, for example, decks of cards or things for a lot longer or faster than normal people do, is basically by attaching an image to something. Obviously now the memory masters have done it more often and so better at it than normal people are. But yeah, that's their secret. I think that's the best way to do it, attaching an image to it. And I think this boils down to the fact that when we're babies and we haven't learned how to talk, this is the best way to remember something. We attach an image to it, to, for example, a face of our mom or our parents or our siblings, the people who are around us all the time, so we don't mix them up with strangers that we don't know. And anyway, now back to taking breaks. How are breaks like important and relevant to you? So if you're in high school or college, you'll obviously realize that you've got massive amounts of information that you need to memorize by a certain date or time, because you have tests and exams that you need to revise for. And the best way to revise for this is to, for example, for one, if you're going to revise for an hour or 2 hours, you need to break down those hour sessions into shorter sessions. For example, 20 minutes or 30 minutes, because obviously you realize that if you're reading, your memory spans of decreases really quick. Not memory span, sorry, attention span dissipates really quickly from 10 minutes to maybe 5 minutes, because obviously the notes are still, they just sat there on the pages of the book and they're not interacting with each other or anyway or anything like this, so it's a lot harder to focus on them, which is why you can obviously, you agree that when you're watching something, for example a show or video, it's more interactive, the images are moving around so they keep your attention on it. But it's different for notes, and so that's why it's better to break down your study sessions into 20 minutes or 30 minutes, because that way you're not demanding so much of your attention span, if that makes sense. And even to keep your attention span on the books and to keep present in the moment while you're revising, so your attention doesn't go off somewhere else, is, for example, if you use the first 5 minutes to read the hard copies of information, close the book, get so, for example, a notebook and try to summarize what you just read. Write it down. So after you read it, close the book, write it down somewhere in a summarized format that's not as big or like as massive as the chunk of information you just read. Summarize it down somewhere, so that way you read over it for the next, for example, 10 minutes, take a break, do the same thing, not the same piece of information, but read something else and do the same thing like that. You'll be a lot more prone to understand or even remember whatever you're reading if you're doing it this way, as opposed to studying for hours. And trust me, I've been there, so I know what it's like to study for hours and only remember the first 5 or 10 minutes and the last 5 or 10 minutes. Definitely a waste of your hour. But if you break it down into session, you'll find that it's definitely much better to study like that, because not only will you not be wasting a lot of time, but you will also be memorizing more or remembering more of what you study. And by the way, when you're taking your break in between, for example, if you're doing like an hour straight and you break it down for, if you have to study for an hour straight and you break it down into say 30 minutes, no, make it 20 minutes, for example, 20 30 30, that'll be an hour. 20, yeah, if you, for example, you study for 20 25 or 25 and 25 minutes, that would be 50 minutes, and then you, for the 10 minutes, you take 5 minutes breaks in between. It would be a lot healthier to study that way. Anyway, that's it for this video. I hope it's helpful. It's been helpful for any of you guys, and if you like what you heard, if you thought it was interesting, like, subscribe. See you guys in the next video.